How's everyone doing? Today I have a 4K Ultra HD mail day. A lot of these ones were recent pickups within the past couple days, and I decided to combine them into one update. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. And if you've checked out 4K Ultra HD, let me know what you think of it as well. It's the newest format, and so far it's received some criticism because I think a lot of people just don't want to repurchase their whole collection on 4K, which is understandable. But if you want the top of the line, the best there is with the HDR, this is definitely the top of the line format. And even in movies that are upscaled, you can tell the difference. And I was just blown away on some of the titles that I've seen so far on 4K Ultra HD. And my biggest criticism so far is the fact that there aren't really any horror titles out there. Germany has a 4K release, but we don't have it over here. And there's only one Steelbook release thus far, which I have in this update. But there are supposedly coming out with more 4K Steelbooks coming up soon, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I want more horror titles. If you're going to do it, I mean, I feel like the horror genre is one of the main collectors for the market out there. They collect, I mean, how many releases of Halloween and Evil Dead have there been? We usually all go out and get them anyways, you know, and just like the Universal Monsters Glow-in-the-Dark slipcovers. Every new thing you do, horror collectors, we're all about that. We go get them. But I digress. Let me get into the pickups. First up is The Shallows. Now, the clarity on this was amazing. I was blown away. Blake Lively is absolutely stunning. And one of the things I think stands out about this movie is you actually care about the character. It's a character-driven shark attack movie, and one of the best shark attack movies I've seen in a while. I remember people raving about The Reef. I thought that was just average at best. I think it wasn't anything special. This one, to me, just blows that out of the water. See what I did there? But I love the slipcover to this. It's pretty awesome with the red blood in there. And this is just incredible on 4K Ultra HD. Again, the clarity, you just take away the detail. It's just breathtaking to me, so absolutely love it. And I'm loving the slip covers for these as well. I hope they do more lenticular ones too. And I love the black cases. Now, I would definitely recommend this one for Shark Attack fans. And just the setting for this was just made for 4K. It was fantastic. Next up, the new Ghostbusters movie. I haven't seen it yet. I picked this up for cheap, 10 bucks. And this is the only version that had the 3D Blu-ray. And that's why it's got a fatty case. Look at that fat baby case right there. It's like the UK Blu-ray cases. We have the slim cases over here in the US, which is kind of ironic because, you know, the US is one of the most overweight countries in the world. Anyways, enough about cases and stuff like that. Just love the cases the way they are. Now, but this is the 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray digital copy combo pack. It's the only one that I know of that has 3 discs in total. There might be other ones, but as far as I know of, that's the only one I can think of anyways. But I haven't had a chance to check this one out. I purposely avoided it in the theaters. The trailers didn't do it for me, and it had nothing to do with it being a female cast. I just think there's better female comedians out there that could have played these roles. And initially I was thinking about Cecily Strong, who apparently does have a small role in this movie. I guess there's cameos from the original cast in here too, and a bunch of other cameos. Chris Hemsworth on there too. But I don't know, the trailers didn't do it for me. Let me know what you thought about this movie, the new Ghostbusters movie. And I don't know, I'm just not a fan of Melissa McCarthy at all. I just can't stand her. Kristen Wiig is decent. Kate McKinnon is, I think she can be really funny at times, but sometimes she does some of the same facial expressions and gimmicks and like all over. And she does the same stuff all the time too. Leslie Jones, the same kind of gimmick, the tough girl and stuff like that. I know she got killed on social media. I think they kind of maybe played that up. It might have been 1 or 2 people. Of course, there's always going to be idiots out there, but they played it up kind of for, it seemed like sympathy to get more exposure for the movie to me. But anyways, I'm going to give it a fair chance. For the price point, I couldn't pass it up. Somebody was selling this, and they still have the digital copy. So I sold the digital copy already, and yeah, basically, this was a super cheap 4K title, and for that, I just, you know, had to get it, give it a shot. If anything, I can trade it, sell it, whatever. I'm sure I'll make more than my money back for it. For 10 bucks, why not? Next up is the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, the only Steelbook so far for 4K Ultra HD. That's for the Labyrinth, classic movie. I grew up on this one. Jennifer Connelly, David Bowie, the music in here, Jim Henson, all the puppetry, just fantastic. Let me know what your favorite character from the Labyrinth is if you saw it. There's Hoggle and Ludo, and I always like the little worm too. Hello there. But I always remember this one being just tons of imagination, and the MC Escher inspired staircase inspired scene was always really cool to me. But great fantasy movie, and I love the looks of the Steelbook too. And there's no banner, which I think is cool. And looking forward to checking this one out. I did see this when David Bowie passed away. Huge loss. We're losing a lot of great legends recently, and I like that they have the artwork on there. And I'll go ahead and show you. There is artwork interior-wise as well. It's the maze or the labyrinth right there. So I think that's awesome. This is definitely a childhood classic for me, so I had to pick this one up. And next up is Warcraft. This one, the animation was funky to me. At times it looked great. At times it looked kind of amateurish. The editing had issues, especially towards the end of the movie. It looked like it was certain parts were cut out purposely and then just not fully explained. Although you can come away with your own explanations. And I don't appreciate how it wasn't really a standalone movie. It was set up for a sequel, and I hate when movies do that. But again, this is one that was kind of flawed for me in many ways. I still enjoyed it. A great kind of fantasy action movie with the ogres coming over, or the orcs coming over rather, trying to take over the world, and the humans trying to fight them. And it had some good character actors in here. Dominic Cooper, Ben Foster was awesome. I really liked Paula Patton too. And like I said, it was flawed, but still entertaining to me. And again, the animation, the CG animation, just that was an issue for me. At times I liked it a lot, and then other times it just felt like it wasn't up to par with other scenes. So, and then the editing issues, but still decently entertaining. I never played the video game, but again, I'm nitpicking here and there, but I hate when movies set it up for a sequel. It just doesn't feel like a standalone movie. You can always add something to it to make a sequel. We've seen that time and time again where you thought the door was closed and they just pop up with a sequel. Next up is The Legend of Tarzan. This one, the 4K does bring out some detail to it, but I think it's such a muted film, like color tone and palette wise, especially in the jungle. It kind of reflects the tone of the movie, kind of a lot of washed out hues, darker and stuff like that. But I thought this was an excellent movie. I really enjoyed the heck out of this. Great kind of action movie. Tarzan coming back to the jungle to face a new foe, and Christoph Waltz was excellent as the villain. Always plays a great villainous character. And Samuel L. Jackson was great here. And the one scene that I always remember was just so hilarious to me. Tarzan fighting with his brother Ape right there. And Samuel L. Jackson was about to get beat down. Tarzan was telling him what to do. And he's like, "You look like you were gonna." Samuel L. Jackson was like, "I wasn't." And Tarzan goes, "It looks like you were gonna, though." I thought that scene was just hilarious. I was cracking up about that, thinking about it later. Alexander Skarsgård was great as Tarzan, and Margot Robbie as Jane. So stunning. I really enjoyed the heck out of this one. Another great action movie, lots of entertainment in here, and I hope they do another follow-up with this with the same cast. Love to see more of this. And next up is Central Intelligence. I feel like this one didn't necessarily need a 4K release. There were some scenes with shootings and explosions and stuff like that, but besides that, I mean, you get great clarity, the details of the face, and things like that. But I don't think this is one that necessarily shines on 4K. But still, and then the movie overall was kind of disappointing to me. It looked like Kevin Hart and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had great chemistry, but there weren't enough laughs. It just wasn't that funny overall to me. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was Fat Robbie in school. He was the kid that was always getting picked on. Kevin Hart was the most popular kid in school and kind of took up for him. And so now The Rock is a CIA agent, and he's enlisting the help of Kevin Hart and to try to take down some people. And yeah, I mean, there's hijinks and action and explosions, and it's more of a moral tale. I really like Jason Bateman's character in here. I love when he plays that type of character. I don't want to give too much away with that, but again, it's more about morality and has some good action and there's a couple laughs. But overall, I was just expecting way more laughter from it, and that really wasn't the case. And I just wanted more from it. It seemed like they had great chemistry. Maybe a better writer could bring out better laughs here. The script just wasn't that great, I guess. It was just okay for me. I wanted more from it. Pacific Rim, holy moly, this was amazing. A couple of these are like reference quality 4K for me. Like The Shallows was shockingly good. I was just blown away. That was reference quality 4K for me. Pacific Rim I thought was excellent as well as the next couple ones coming up. This is from Warner Brothers, and they did a great job here. This to me was such a phenomenal film. Guillermo del Toro, of course, great cast in here too. Just everybody, Charlie Hunnam, which of course I remember from Sons of Anarchy, excellent there. Idris Elba, Charlie Day was great. Ron Perlman, I love Ron Perlman, and there's a scene towards the end I think a lot of people missed. There's a quick shot right towards the end. I think it might have been right after a couple credits, but yeah, stay tuned for that. It's giant robots fighting giant monsters. It's excellent, action-packed, great drama as well, great characters in here, great cast interaction, cast chemistry. Love this one, and let me know what your favorite Guillermo del Toro movie is. For me, it's Devil's Backbone, hands down. Love to see that movie get a 4K release. Maybe we'll get some Criterion 4K releases. That would be pretty awesome. But yeah, Central Intelligence was Warner Brothers. Tarzan, Legend of Tarzan was Warner Brothers. All the ones do these kind of like standard slipcovers so far that I've seen, except for Universal, which is the release right here for Warcraft. They do these ones where it's like rounded on the edges, if you can see that. So they seem to be the only ones doing that so far. And then the Steelbook right there, which I got from Best Buy, which is a Sony release. Ghostbusters is a Sony release. And Shallows is also a Sony release. Gosh, I love this one. That one, one of my favorite movies I think so far of this year. Just everything about that was awesome to me. That's how a shark movie is done, shark attack movie. I love how they developed the character, and perfect lead actress for that too. Great Gatsby, also from Warner Brothers. Again, I think this was just amazing in 4K, just breathtaking, the HDR, and this is another one that was just made for 4K. The same with Pacific Rim. It just shines, and some great special features in here too. And I always remember the Robert Redford Great Gatsby when I was a kid. I think we read it and watched the movie in middle school after we read the book. And just a classic movie, or classic tale rather, and a great adaptation here too. And I love the cast. And again, Carey Mulligan, stunning as well. Joel Edgerton is just a fantastic actor, Australian actor who's getting a ton of roles lately in the U.S., which I definitely appreciate and think he deserves because he's an excellent actor. I think his breakout role here in the U.S. was Warrior, and that was a fantastic film. I'd love to see that get a 4K release as well. Leonardo DiCaprio, excellent. Tobey Maguire, I'm not a huge fan, but I think he was decent in here. Just a great cast and just perfect, and shines so much on 4K. Absolutely love this one. Next up is Jupiter Ascending, which I'm not a big fan of this movie personally, but it looked stunning on 4K, and the Wachowskis directed it, and Mila Kunis, I do enjoy her. Sean Bean, I enjoy. Eddie Redmayne, who plays another eccentric character here, he plays those roles just excellently. Channing Tatum, I'm not a big fan acting-wise, but I thought he was decent here too. And I will give the Wachowskis credit for making another enchanting world. This world that they set up here in Jupiter Ascending was very intriguing and entertaining, but it just felt so flawed and jumbled. But it does look visually stunning, very aesthetically appealing, and just a great, interesting tale that I think they could have done more with. It was definitely very flawed, but looks great in 4K, and another great release from Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers are putting out some excellent 4K Ultra HD releases. So there you go. Those are all my 4K Ultra HD pickups right there for the past few days. So if you've seen these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them, and let me know what you think of 4K HD as well if you had a chance to check it out. I'm definitely excited. When you see something that you know is a clear upgrade, as a movie fan, it just excites you, and I was just blown away with some of these ones, especially The Shallows, Pacific Rim, Great Gatsby, and Jupiter Ascending. Those are the ones that really stood out for me. Haven't had a chance to check out Ghostbusters or The Labyrinth yet on the 4K. I haven't had a chance to even watch the new Ghostbusters movie. Definitely let me know what you think of that one if you've seen it. Again, like I said, I wasn't looking forward to it, but for the price point, I couldn't pass it up. I'll give it a shot, and if it doesn't work out, you know, I've already sold the digital copy for $6, so that basically brought down the price that I paid for it for $4, and I'm sure I could sell this one, especially since it's a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray 3D and Blu-ray combo pack. I'm sure I could make my money and then some on it. So there you go. Let me know what you think of these pickups, and which one was your favorite out of all of these that I picked up. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.